Walden has to tell himself, I've done very little wrong. My opponent has just been way too good thus far. But things can turn around. They have many times in the past.
And it's not a great break-off shot as well. Straight away you could see that he just caught that end red far too thick. He's offered up reds to both corners. I think Barry here will be taking on the right-hand one. The black goes. Don't be surprised if he knocks this in and lands on the black. He was just checking those two reds above the black. Well, there's the long pot success. 80%. Well, Ricky's yet to get in. Incredible. No, hold the back page. He's missed one. I wonder whether these two reds are a plant. If they are, he probably should have played the red on the other side. Ricky's just checking them now. Well, from where he's coming from, I think that can be made. There's a little bit of a gap between the two reds. He's attacking them from the right angle. You can screw back for the black. If he hits that first red just about full ball, there's a bit of distance between them. I think this can be made. Oh, he's running through. Oh, that's okay, fair enough, but he's tied the black up. Oh, this is the first chance he's had for some time. In fact, the first real chance he's had since the opening frame when he missed that red into the middle pocket.
Sat out the rest of that frame and has warmed his chair for the remainder of the match to date. That was only the 5th ball he's potted thus far.
The mindset of a player now, fellas, we know, is just get this one on the board. Let's get into the interval. You know, how many times do we see a match turn around when the interval comes around? It can help, it can hinder. You know, Ricky gets this one, comes out, wins the first, 3-2. It's game on.
Well, given how well Hawkins has played, 3-1 would be a great result for Walden.
Get this one on the board, and then let's think about the rest.
Oh my goodness, he very nearly missed that.
That's the beauty of these best of 11 matches. As we watch the replay, the pocket gave that one up. Oof.
Would have been a heart in the mouth moment for Ricky Walden, but it dropped in. It's all that matters.
13.
Perfect angle to go into them here. He's got to hit the pink full ball with pace. Again, you look at the reds where they're set. You trust into luck that you don't knock one into a pocket. Well, no, he's going for the... In fact, he's going for the red on the black, so there is enough there that he can see. That's fair enough.
18.
Well, I hope he can pot it. Now he's played on it. That's tight. Well played.
19.
That's cleared the black. He's short on the blue, so just drop it in for this left-hand red. Yeah, shake of the head. This game is so much easier if you can just get the white the right side of the ball. I was watching Ronnie last night, Phil. I mean, it's the stroke he puts on the ball, the cue ball control. Every time, it's a very high percentage that he's got the white in the correct place, and it makes it so much easier.
And he takes so little time to adjust to the pace of the table. It's almost as though he's been playing on it all day long when he walks into the arena, straight into his stroke, isn't he?
I remember watching him practice an hour before when he used to do playing in the Premier League and stuff like that. And for about 45 minutes, all he was doing is chipping the white up and down off reds. Safety, trying to get the... Because if you get these too thick, you know, or even too thin, it's back up in the table. They're that fast that you have to make sure that your safety is spot on. That's what he was doing, just chipping off a red back to the end of the table and then chipping off another red. About 45 minutes he was playing that, just to get the pace. You know, he's got all the talent in the world, the most talented player, but trust me, he works really hard at his game as well.
33.
Natural talent will only take you so far. All the sporting greats match that great natural ability with a lot of hard work. The likes of Tiger Woods, Roger Federer, hours and hours and hours and hours of practice.
Well, you just have to look at something like Rafa Nadal, all those months out with injury and all that. He's battled back, you know, all the hours he's put in the gym and the workouts to get that fitness level back, and then on the courts, you know, I mean, these guys just don't turn up, you know, and win titles. There's a lot of work that goes on in the background to get that good.
Well, I doubt there was ever a player who put in more work on the practice table than Stephen Hendry. And we know what he achieved in the game.
Blue ball? Green, thank you.
Referee Verhaas just asking Ricky there to nominate the colour, because it's just in between there. He could play the blue into the middle or the green, but Ricky has nominated the green.
And this is pretty good stuff from Walden. Remember,
Yeah.
he's barely had a shot in the first 3 frames.
Got to make the most of this. You know, he can go into that interval a little bit happier, thinking, okay, I'm only 3-1 behind. It's the best of 11. You know, I've still got a chance to get back into this. This is a good response here.
45.
Well, he doesn't want to be straight. He's got the back red there. Oh, he looks straight on the blue. He might have to play the brown.
This match is rattling along. First 3 frames lasted around about 41, 42 minutes. This one is only 6 minutes old.
Well, we was at the interval last evening, weren't we, between Ronnie
50.
and Robert? You know, we're under the hour. Now, has he gone too far here for this back red?
There you see, a fair bit of work still to do before Walden can claim his opening frame of the match.
Well, that was the previous red to get back for the blue, and he had to make sure that he got an angle on the blue. He wasn't on it. Had to play the safety.
Ricky Walden, 50.
But it's a good visit. That should give him a little bit of confidence.
Ricky Walden then with his first meaningful contribution of the match. A 50-point lead in a frame he desperately needs.
Well, I think he had a half look at that, actually. It still had to be made, but he'll take it. Oh, with a little thinner contact on the green. Would have been an easier pot on the green or brown. He might just lay him behind the green now. He could take the green on. Let's have a look at this. But he did come round and thought that might be a possibility. Well, he should lay the snooker where the reds are, really. There's no point in taking a risk with a 51-point lead.
Ricky Walden, 1.
Well, this has been a strong frame here from the Chester man. He needed it. Well, somehow he's got to try and get on this red nearest the top cushion. 3, 4 cushions. He's got to just about miss the yellow this side to have a chance with the angle. Now, has he hit this hard enough? He has, but he's caught the other one. That's not bad. That's okay. He's left a possible red to the middle, but he was hoping to hit top cushion first there. Might see Ricky take this red onto the centre.
It's a tough one though, particularly when you're 3-0 down to a player who's been in such sparkling form as Barry Hawkins.
It's one of those, isn't it? If it goes in, he wins the frame. If he doesn't, or if it doesn't, it could lose in the frame. He's got it. Well played. Chose to take it on.
That was a lot tougher than he made it look, given the situation. And Ricky Walden is proving that his game's in pretty fine fettle as well. Precious little chance to make his mark in the first 3 frames. Oh my goodness.
He's got a massive kick. He's got a massive kick on the blue.
Well, that's so unlucky.
He's played to drop that in off 2 cushions, come left of the black, and he finished up right of the black with a cue ball.
Well, I'm sure we'll see a replay of this, but just look how far that bad contact through the blue offline. It was about 3 inches from the pocket.
Wow, look at that. I mean, looking to get to the left-hand side of the black with the white. I mean, that is hard. Oof. That's tough to take. And if Barry were to clear here...
Well, you can't legislate for bad luck like that. As you see, plenty of points left for Hawkins.
Well, there's just the 2 reds together near the top cushion, but I'll tell you what, if Barry somehow manages to split those and clear, that's a massive blow for Ricky Walden. You don't mind if a player's knocked in a long rake in red and cleared, that's fair enough, but to have a horrendous kick like that, especially when you're 50 points up. Still a bit to do here for Barry. It's just, has he got them? He has. Now the frame is on. What a shot that is. Well played. Well, Ricky did not want to see that. That is for sure.
It's Hawkins' job to be ruthless here. He knows as well as Ricky Walden does that his opponent was incredibly unfortunate. But all that matters from Hawkins' point of view is to take advantage of that situation and power into a 4-0 lead at the interval.
Seven.
And the way he's been playing to this point this evening, you wouldn't bet against him, Mike.
No, the snooker gods are playing their part again.
Well, remember Hawkins got a little lucky with a fluked red, didn't he, in the second frame?
Yeah.
When, had he not fluked it, he might well have let Walden in to level at 1-all, and then it would have been a very different session.
Well, the thing is, with that last shot he played on the blue, Phil, you know, when he's just split those 2 reds open, Ricky's sitting there thinking, frame over. You cannot believe what's happening here.
15.
We mentioned at the top of the match, didn't we, that some days players will turn up and feel that maybe it's just not their day, and I guess Ricky is feeling that way right now.
Well, you do that some days, you know, you just think that the first couple of frames go a certain way and you think, oh, what's going to unfold here? It's amazing, really, because I've turned up for matches when I've felt absolutely $1 million, can't play. I've been under the weather, the cold and whatever, flu, and I've played brilliantly. So how can you legislate for that? But, you know, it's all about, it's not just about the talent. You must have lady luck on your side. Hang on. Ooh, hang on. I was about to say, you must have lady luck on your side as well. It does play a big part, but he's missed that one. I think, to be honest, there'll be a little bit of justice in this if Ricky now wins his frame and we go into the interval 3-1.
And he certainly should win it from here. Oh my goodness. Well, there's nothing unlucky about that one. He just pushed it wide. But perhaps still thinking about the awful kick he got on the blue. But having seen Barry Hawkins miss the red.
1.
What a chance that was for Ricky Walden to seal his first frame of the night.
Well, the first 3 would have hurt. Hang on, he just caught the red on the way through, but this one certainly will. And you know, he's got to think about that red he's just missed there, because he did get another chance.
huge difference between 3-1 and 4-0.
Well, it's like a boxing game, isn't it? Once you've got your opponent on the ropes, you've got to keep him there.
9.
21 the difference then, but the colours, as near as doesn't matter, on their spots. And that looks pretty much spot on.
Yeah, could have done with a little bit more, even with the left-hander. It's a bit of a stretch. That might have just travelled another foot. Would have been okay. There we go. He's not the tallest lad on the circuit, Barry, but should be okay. Needs to bounce.
60.
Well, I think he's calculated. He thought that green was on its own spot, and it's not. It's just this side a couple of inches. So this green is a little bit more difficult. Might be a half chance here for Ricky, but should be able to drop this in and stay on the brown. Well played. Only just, but it went in. Well, I wonder what Ricky's thinking there in the chair. I mean, first of all, when he got the kick on the blue, fair enough, he thought it's over, but he still had another chance.
You won't see a bigger kick than that all tournament. But he will get another chance.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
Barry Hawkins, 19.
That is unbelievable. Just log that brown, Phil, because 3-1, things might turn around the second half. We've seen it before.
Hawkins looked pretty much indestructible in the first 3 frames, but he's missed a couple that he would have expected to get in this one. And how relieved will Ricky Walden be? He only needs the blue to get his frame on the board at long last.
9.
Well, it's game back on.
Yeah, this crowd would love to see him get back into this match, but he's got 15 minutes to think about what's going on. And he's got to tighten up a little bit, there's no doubt about that.
Walden doesn't bother with the black then. Fascinating opening session, some quite brilliant snooker from Barry Hawkins in the first 3 frames, including a total clearance of 132. He had chances to make it 4-0, but Ricky